Hello everybody and welcome to a new video, and welcome to the well, I guess I'm going to call this try not to get angry challenge, just because I want the views. It's not like I'm going to get angry or anything at anything, but this is something I was going through like YouTube and watching different videos that appealed to me. I found this one. It's from South Park, when Eric Cartman went in for anger management, and he's not actually angry. He never is angry. Just looks like he is. It's hilarious. But excuse me. Why did I say excuse me? Okay, so this is called Cartman's Anger Management TMI.
What we need to figure out here is, are we dealing with maybe a little bipolarism, some rage addiction? It could be a lot of things.
My little sunshine has a temper sometimes, but he's not all bad.
Let's try a little experiment. I want to see maybe what kind of things trigger you, Eric, okay? How do you think you would react if I said some negative things about you?
Honestly, I wouldn't really care.
What if I were to tell you that I think you're fat? I think you're a fat little boy. I think you're way too fat for your age. Does that make you feel any anger? Huh, fatty? Jelly belly? You got jelly in your belly, you little fat f***? You get a little flat?
Okay, maybe I lied. I'm probably gonna get mad at this psychologist. Isn't that always the case with psychologists? Because I've had some pretty bad experiences with psychologists too, just the same way. When my parents were around, we went to a psychiatrist, and he said to me, I don't deserve anything that my parents do for me. You're a scumbag of the earth, whatever. I'm like, fuck you, man. Good thing he's retired now, but after that I really wanted to destroy his career, but now I'm just gonna let it roll off my shoulders. But at that age, or at that time, I gave into it. I gave it to him. Like, I basically just was screaming, yelling in the hospital that we were at. It was the HSC or whatever, in Winnipeg. The doctor worked out there. I'm not going to mention his name, even though sometimes I really want to just stick it to him for fucking me so hard. But you know who you are if you're watching. But I yelled and screamed at him. I said, "Fuck you! You don't deserve me and all this." As a client or whatever, so.
Ash of anger when someone tells you you got tits like a 40-year-old woman, fat boy? Huh? You like that, shitty titty jelly belly? Oh yeah, he's a big boy. Get that fatty some mud flaps for his ass. Big old jiggly fatty boy.
Wait.
Huh. Well, I just don't see it, Miss Cartman. Your son doesn't seem to be triggered by anger at all. In fact, I'd say he's one of the more even-tempered children I've ever seen.
Sorry, doctor, your wife's on the phone. Says it's an emergency.
Excuse me. Carol, what? Whoa, calm down, honey. What do you mean? Web chat with what? What 14-year-old girl? Carol, I would never... No, I don't have a criminal record. Who is Mitch Connor?
Mitch Connor, if you didn't know, if you don't watch the show, is basically Cartman's hand. It's a little hand puppet thing that he does. Yeah.
There can't be an official police report, honey. There's no, Carol, put down the gun. Sweetie, come on. Put down the... Carol!
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Right on. Okay.
Huh. Well, I just don't see it, Miss Cartman.
Fuck. So, yeah, So like I say, I had an experience with a psychiatrist, and anyone licensed basically seems to be like the scumbags of the earth. There's like, for me, there was another way to deal with whatever I was going through at the time. The whole problem was, and I'm gonna come back to this now because I can now because I'm protected, but the whole school situation that from way back when, like a couple, like almost 2 years ago, like this, it was because of the whole school situation that we had to go to all these people and all these places for psych help, even though I was totally normal and the school division was just fucking me over. And something I have to tell you guys, the school division out here and many other school divisions around the continent have tried to take me down a lot of times. This one that I went to tried to take me down over 1,000 times in the last year and a half that I was out of school or out of their control. Someone called me about it and told me about it, so that's how much of a grudge they're holding, where they want to try taking me down. But I'm protected. Everyone around me is protected. But Austin, of course, is going through DDoS attacks right now, so he has to work those out. This is recorded on the same day we were supposed to do the live stream for the podcast that I do on Twitch, but we probably won't be able to because of the whole DDoS attack. So if you're DDoSing him, please stop. I know you won't see this for like 3 weeks or something, but I'm even, if I do end up doing the podcast by myself or with another friend that you guys know, then I'm going to probably be mentioning it on there. Stop doing the DDoS attacks on me and my friends. I thought we were protected from that, but the internet, they're going through the internet company, not YouTube or Google themselves. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry about the ending there about going back to school, the school situation, but it's back like full force because I'm protected from their attacks to take down my channel and my social medias and everything, where they're not protected anymore from any DDoS attacks. So if you want to DDoS someone, DDoS the school division, it's Sunrise School Division, DDoS the school division, not my friends, because we all got screwed over by this school division. And I know it's going to be like 3 weeks before you see this, but if anyone you want to DDoS, don't DDoS us. We're the good guys here. The school division's what fucked us royally, us autistics. You should have seen the situation with the autistic community in the school. They were mistreating us, abusing us, like, and I'm not going to get into deeper and darker things. There's way more that went on, so protect your children, and I suggest go to homeschooling because it's a lot safer, and you won't have to deal with what me and Cartman have to do, is go to these stupid psychiatrists that are just out to get you, and then they ended up getting fucked. You like this guy has a fake police report because Cartman made one because he was calling him names, and then basically what my situation is. And I'm big bone too. Yeah. So, you know, there's other ways, I think personally, because I'm the redneckiest guy around in this area, that there's other ways of handling it, and not like killing yourself, and not like going to a psychiatrist. I have friends, I have gaming, I have ways of handling all this where I wasn't allowed to in school handle it the appropriate and the best way that I'm doing it now. Let me just tell you, it's because of this doctor that I think this way now, and this one here on the screen, because, like I say, he said some pretty hurtful things when my parents were around, and it's still gonna bother me to this day. Like, and it's probably gonna always bother me now that I got told that, because it wasn't true, number one, and he did the most scummiest thing. We went to him because we thought we could trust him. The one good thing he said is my parents had to be friends when instead of just parents when we turned 18, they had to be like more like a friend instead of a parent. When we turn 18, that's what you have to do, because in this day and age, after kids turn 18, they don't listen to anything a parent says. You try to be their friend, that is a different story. I actually listened to my parents after they became my friend versus my parents. I still called them mom and dad, but on the other hand, it was just a respect. And another thing with respect, I find, like, the only time I actually called my parents by their first name, their real first name, not just Dad Lage or whatever, or Mom Lage, which my name is out there already, so I'm not worried about it. But I would actually call my parents by their real first names that their parents gave them, only in certain situations. And I don't know why I went to like this, but in like at the mall when there's hundreds of other dads and moms or whatever, I would end up calling my parents by their first name just because of the situation we were in. And my parents were fine with it at the time, and they probably would be still if they're still around. But yeah, the same with like my grandparent because this is the only one I would actually be going to the mall more or less with whenever I went to visit him or go to visit him, because he like I say, he's my only grandparent left, so unless I was like right next to him, but otherwise I would be like shouting his name out loud because sometimes it's kind of hard to find. But also he's kind of quiet. So, but anyway, yeah. So, and still respect your parents, but I was always told when I was younger to always call them mom and dad, or when I was even younger, mommy and daddy. I don't call them mommy and daddy anymore. In fact, I don't really call anyone mom and dad anymore. The point is that and I'm saying this more when you're older because they know why you're doing it then, more or less. I mean, like, for me, my name is not like a young adult's name. For me, I don't care if someone calls me, or my son calls me Matt, my father Matt, or whatever. My daughter calls me my father Matt, or Matt. But we live in a different generation as well. I mean, I know people that still kind of stick to that. But the whole point is, like, I don't call there's some uncles that I still call Uncle Blank. But my friends call their uncles or whatever just by their name, and one of my aunts I just call her name, but on the other side of the family it's more direct path, so like you have to do it. Yeah. And it's like and I have like nieces on one side of the family, but they're technically also second cousins, where I have second cousins on the other side of the family, but they're supposed to call me just Matt. Because, again, it's more fine-lined, I guess, where it's exactly what it is. And on, like, one side of the family, they are allowed to call me uncle, if they want. Like, I don't mind if they call me uncle. They are still very young. But on the other side, I'm just a second cousin to them. Even though it's technically the same situation, because, well, and I don't know if they say something about cousin twice removed or whatever, or through cousin through marriage or whatever, but I don't get it, but whatever. But yeah, whenever I say like happy birthday to my nieces on the side of the family that allow me to call them nieces, is I say unks in the third person. or uncle in the third person. But like I say, they are allowed to call me whatever they want, except late for dinner. But I think this video has gone on long enough. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here talking about random things that's going on and that I want to just talk. Yeah. Okay. So subscribe, turn on notifications. Which is basically the bell. Hit the join button if you have access to it. I don't know if there's access to it with my channel being so young on the platform. I think it's only about $10 a month or something like that. And then you'll be getting access to like the official Discord page for members, and you'll get to be able to see content before everyone else whenever I'm doing like a big project or something. Hit the bell. Check out the links down below. There's my social medias. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I kind of tweet at people. Like I tweeted at YouTube just the other day yesterday of recording this. As of recording this, it was yesterday that I tweeted at them for the whole like Kappa YouTube problems that are just happening in general. And give your feedback in the comments of the tweet, and hopefully YouTube goes back to the way it was before it was bought out by Google, where there was like no problems whatsoever, and people were able to grow fairly quickly without doing stupid things like sub for sub. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my friends' links down below to their YouTubes. Like I say, if we can get YouTube back to the way it was back before Google bought them out. Austin said in confidence to me that he would actually start doing YouTube again full time, and now he has people to play with instead of just playing on his own, and then we can hopefully save the site from technically its own demise. I mean, yes, there'll be like strong rules still, but at least you can still grow and support one another. I mean, like there's bad eggs in every batch, right? I know that's not literally true, but figuratively that's true. Yeah, I get that the reason why they're doing did the whole Kappa thing, if they did it, I don't know. It's only the 11th. I know it's only the 1st today, I think. This is the 1st or the 30th. Hold on. Sorry, it's November 30th as of recording this. so either the Kappa thing did go through by the time you see this, or it didn't. Whatever the case may be, my channel's safe, Michael's channel is safe, Austin's channel is safe, regardless if there's anything on it or not. Because we don't spread hatred and like we're not racist or anything. We don't say anything that pushes us over the point where like they would actually do anything like that. But I'll be making a video about this that you'll probably see way before this, because it'll be on the priority to upload. Probably the 1st or something, or by tomorrow, or even by today, because I might have some extra time because of the whole people DDoSing Austin, so we can't technically do our podcast. So we're trying to do every Thursday, but things like this keep fucking us up. So also, since no kids watch my channel anymore, and I'm not going to bring on kids anymore, go ahead, swear, and be as rambunctious as you want, because the whole kid-friendly thing has really destroyed our viewership, because it was mostly kids that would watch any channel on YouTube. Because yes, there was a YouTube kid. Well, I'll make a video on. I mean, already by the time you see this, I already made a video on this. Either the 30th of November 2019 or the 1st of December 2019. It'll be up on the channel if you go back in the logs and see it. But the whole kid-friendly thing is, you can't have kids in the video if there is swearing, and if your channel does not promote to kids, you can't have kids in the video, which is stupid. But yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.